This is Andi Purewal for ID Boxing, and we are here in Birmingham. I'm joined by Olympic silver medalist, future star in the professional game, Ben Whittaker. Ben, back fresh from the US. How are you finding things?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Got off the plane Saturday and just back to the same old interviews, training, the normal day.
Hopefully not the same old. I want you to give us something different to what you will everybody else. Obviously, only a week, well, less than a week away now. It's fight week for yourself. Your debuts are only around the corner. How frustrating was the initial cancellation, though, of what was meant to be your pro debut up in Manchester?
For me, it was a bit of a bittersweet because I had the date set in my mind. I had a lot of people coming down to Manchester. But then you have to look at the positives. I got more time to get fitter, more time to learn my style, and more time to just adapt, really. So the positives are I've got better in that little break.
Unfortunately, it's something which happens quite regularly within boxing.
It's pro boxing, innit? So.
Yeah, exactly. So is that something which it's kind of prepared you for to happen for you further on down the line? Hopefully it doesn't, but at least you know how to go about things.
Yeah, my dad said, hey, that's pro boxing, man, and this ain't going to be the first time this happens. So all I got to do is just make sure I'm ready for whenever the date rearises, and it did, 30th of July, so I'm excited.
You had completed that original camp here in the UK. Obviously, you've just come back from America, as we touched on. We talked about that out in Miami. How did you find it with Sugar?
It was good, man. Took me out of my comfort zone. Went out there on my own. And it was just like a humbling situation where you walk into the gym, you're kind of fresh meat, everybody wants a piece here. And I liked it, man. It was real good. Met some new teammates. Each day was a learning experience, and I'm happy I went out there. What
do you feel were the main benefits of training out there, Ben?
The main benefits was just to cut off the distractions.
Yeah.
Of course, I get to learn the style with Sugar more. And it was just different sparring. In England, it's kind of the same styles you see, where over there I had about 5 different sparring partners, all bringing different looks and different styles, so it was a good blend.
We know what Sugar wants. He likes to be aggressive. He wants those knockouts, as people will mention continuously. How do you feel you're adopting and adjusting to what he wants now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm settling into the pro style already. All it is just mindset, really. Do you know what I mean? It's just like slowing things down, and each punch you're looking to hurt them. But of course, everybody knows me as a flashy boxer. I've got my nice little fast twitch fibres and things, so we're kind of marrying the two. And if I can marry the two, it'll be a good blend.
We know you've obviously got Miami as a potential training base now here in Birmingham, where we are. Sugar could easily probably arrange for you to go up to Morecambe to the Tyson Fury gym if you wanted as well, and you just wanted to get away for a few days. But where do you see moving forwards being your main base camp?
Yeah, even with Sugar, I've got Miami, I've got Vegas, I've got Morecambe, Manchester, but I'm a person that lives out my suitcase since I was 15, being on Team GB, so I'm comfortable anywhere. So wherever the best work is, wherever I can learn, I'll go. What
were the downsides of Miami, Ben? I saw you posting a lot about the critters, shall we go with?
No, it's a bit weird because everybody was like, oh, it's a place where you might not be able to train because there's so many distractions. Come off the plane, walked out, and a taxi pulled up and it said, the booby trap, the strip club. I was like, where the hell am I, man? Got in a taxi, about an hour drive, and I was in Fort Lauderdale. It was very quiet, really nothing there, but first night, got myself comfortable in bed. Big lizard on the wall. I was like, what the hell is going on here, man? Next day, wake up, make myself some porridge, feeling a bit lavish, put the dark chocolate in, some berries, grab the pack of nuts, put the nuts in, put it back, and I said, yo, why is the bag making that weird noise, man? Brought the bag back out, big ass cockroach in it. So each day was just a struggle, man. It was like fear factor, but we made it through, and the opponent will have to pay for that.
Was you cooking yourself?
Yeah, I was cooking myself, man. I'm something like Master Chef, you know what I mean? I was dabbling in and out.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, Ben. I've seen your home efforts.
The Uber Eats was a bit racking up some money too, so.
Ben talked about Saturday night, the excitement, getting in there for the first time. There's always been that pressure around you, that excitement as well. And we've spoken before, you'll be a bit like Marmite. People will either love you or hate you. But what are you hoping to show?
Yeah, I'm not really excited, to be fair, because at the end of the day, I've been doing it from when I'm so young. So to me, it's just another fight, another ring, another venue. And there's a lot of pressure on me in a way where people are anticipating what's going to happen. But to me, that's all noise, to be fair. As long as the main thing to me is impressing people like Joby, my dad, Sugar, and that's it really. As long as I impress them and do what I've got to do. I'll walk out the ring happy.
How critical of your work is Sugar?
Yeah, he's pretty critical, but the main critic is my dad, you know what I mean? I could have the best spar, not get hit, and probably get hit to the body once, and my dad goes, why did you get hit? But that's what type of person I am, and like I said, the Olympic thing when I didn't wear the medal, that just shows what type of mindset the household's got.
Not had like a formal announcement of your opponent, but Greg O'Neill is the man in the opposite corner to yourself. Have you been studying him much?
No, not really, to be fair. And like, I keep going back to GB, but sometimes you go to these tournaments, on the day you'd find out who you're fighting and you'd fight them. So whoever it is, man, the same outcome's going to happen. I'm going to win. And we'll make him have a nice week in Bournemouth. You know what I mean? We'll look after him. And then Saturday, he meets his maker, man.
Obviously, you're a good talker, Ben, and we know, as you say, you're very vocal. And with all the talk around you, there will be this expectation for you to put on a show. Is it playing on your mind at all? Have you thought about trying to make a statement to everybody out there?
Yeah, that one good thing with Sugar is like, he's kind of matured me a little bit. Of course, I'm Ben Whittaker, I'm going to talk the talk, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But he just said, listen, you'd always have to brag and boast. At the end of the day, your boxing will talk. I know your ability and you know how good you are, so you don't need to do all that. Like, I had plans of rapping to the ring, doing all this, doing all that, but it's a debut at the end of the day. I want to do that one of the world titles, so stuff like that's just calming down. But when I'm in there, I know I'll get a bit excited. I'll be doing a bit of dancing and stuff like that, so the inner kid will come out of me in the ring, but other than that, I'm just calming it a little bit down.
How quickly do you see your career progressing, Ben?
That's down to my team, really. I'm a person who's just going to go in there and fight anyone, but I'm not getting any younger, so I'll have to move as quick as possible.
At the announcement press conference, you obviously mentioned you'd be happy to fight for the British title within 5 fights. Do you feel that's still something that you would like to go on to do?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you see people like Lomachenko fight for world titles under 5, so what's a British, really? So, but it's who's got it, will they fight for it and things like that. There's a lot of politics to it, so all I can do is just keep dreaming that.
You have a certain John Docherty also boxing in Bournemouth. You've got a rivalry that stems from amateur days. Obviously, he had his past successes over you in tournaments and the Commonwealth Games. Is it a fight you've spoken about with your team? Will you be looking at him and watching him on Saturday?
It's one of them. Yeah, it's like in the amateurs, you have your little rivalry, but he went on and went pro. I carried on and went to the Olympics. I completely forgot about him, but I'm co-main, and where is he on the card? That's all I say, so it just shows.
So you don't see it as kind of a wrong you want to right?
Like, 100%. I don't like a loss. If I could get it back, in the words of Pooh Shiesty, get it back in blood, I'd like that. But at the end of the day, I'm on my own path, but it's not a fight I wouldn't turn down.
Ben, do you feel like there's a mark on your back, like everybody's going to be targeting you because of your past achievements in the amateurs and, again, how vocal and kind of aggressive in the market, shall we say, you've been?
100%, man. I'm annoying, and I've ruffled a lot of feathers, 100%. The way I talk, the way I act. I've just got an annoying face anyway. But at the end of the day, they've got to get in there and do it. You know, they can talk, they want to beat me, they can do all this, but getting in there is different. At the end of the day, I've got a target on my back, but it's not like I've been given that position. I've worked hard since a little kid, so everything I've got, I've worked for. So if they want it, they've got to come and try and take it.
Ben, there's obviously just a few fights I want to get your thoughts on as well. Beterbiev Yarde's been spoken about for October time. If that one was to go ahead, what's your take?
It's a good fight for Britain, of course, but I just can't see Yarde beating him. He's not got the best feet. He stands there a lot. And someone like a Beterbiev, you need to mix and match it, and I don't think Yarde can, but I'll be rooting for him because he's from UK.
How would you approach that? Well, we know about your style, but if you was in the ring with Beterbiev, he's widely considered as probably the hardest hitter in the sport now. How would you look to approach him? What do you think is the way to beat him?
Yeah, because you see a lot of people that they give up too much ground, and when you give up too much ground, that gives him a lot of time to whip in his power shots. You need to find a balance, push him on his heels, unsettle him, feint him a lot, and just go in there with the mindset that you can beat him. A lot of people go in there, they just look like they're just trying to survive, where if you go in there with the right mindset to beat him, you can do.
Dimitri Bivol holds the WBA title. We know Matchroom have spoken about trying to make the Josh Buatsi fight, the WBA recently ordering the Zerdo Ramirez fight. Just get your take though on whether it's Bivol versus Ramirez or Bivol versus Buatsi. What again, your thoughts on both of those?
Yeah, I think it should be Buatsi just for the simple fact is He's done everything he's supposed to do now. He's got himself in the position. And if you listen to all the interviews and fight lead up, they said the winner gets that fight. But, you know, it's politics again. WBA have ordered that Ramirez fight, so we'll have to wait and see. But I'd like Buatsi to do it. I've seen him come from the amateurs and the Olympic setup and stuff like that, and it'd be nice for him, but it wouldn't be an easy fight. It'd be tough, and especially when he just beat Canelo as well.
I know it is, again, you'll be some way away, but you are both obviously under the same management company. I joked with him about the potential for you to face each other one day, and he said, you never know, one day you might cross paths. Have you thought about that? I know you've shared a ring in sparring before.
Yeah, you can never say never, and if it did happen, it's in-house money for 258, so they'll be happy. But it's a good fight. We sparred way back a lot of times, and he's a respectable guy, so I don't want to talk bad on him, but if it happens down the line, I think it would sell out, man. It would be a good fight.
Usyk AJ too is closing in as well. Ben, just your thoughts on what's going to happen this time around? I know you'll be rooting for Anthony.
That's a fight, again, all about mindsets. You know, it's whoever goes in there with the right mindset. I know Usyk's come from the war, so he's going in there with a real mindset, but AJ's got a point to prove now. He's got a lot of people doubting him, and he want to prove them wrong, so I'm rooting for him, man. He's got a new team, and hopefully the game plan comes through.
People talk about with AJ going into that fight where he needs to be just more aggressive, needs to use his size and his weight to his advantage. Is it as simple as that, Ben, going in with someone like Alexander?
Yeah, you hear it all, the armchair fans. Always got to put it on him, like Chisora and people like that, but it's all different styles. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's definitely got to put it on him, but in a clever way. Smart pressure, feint him, lean on him, use his weight. AJ is a natural heavyweight, where Usyk isn't, so that's got to play a factor. And at the end of the day, it's a fight, man. You've got to be a bit dirty. Hit him on the hip, hit him on the back of the head, elbow him, everything you can do to unravel him. You know what I mean? And I think that will play in his mind, because Usyk's a very respectable man, and he likes all the touching gloves and things like that. You do that after the fight, man. When you're in there, it's a fight.
So I take it this is all the stuff that Sugar's been teaching you while you've been
out in America. Man. You know what I mean? He's been teaching it me, and like you can just see, you know me well, man. I'm a joker and this and that, but it's fight week now, so I'm a bit serious now. I just want to get in there and clap somebody up.
That's why you haven't heard back from you for like 2 weeks since I messaged you.
I've not been answering nobody, but that's the way it is. You know what I mean? I like to just switch out sometimes.
Sure, Ben, just a final couple of ones, Ben. Commonwealth Games obviously taking place in Birmingham, starting soon. Just your thoughts on that, and I'm sure you'll be trying to head down to support the guys who will be boxing across the Four Nations. Yeah, man, I'm rooting for the guys, man. It's one of them. It's kind of like your brothers, a bit of a family, you know what I mean? You see them all grow up and stuff like that, and it's their time to shine now. I'm especially rooting for people like Niall Farrell, because we got on the team together. Kieran McDonald, Harris Akbar, too many to name. And a lad that I spar, Aaron Bowen. I'm rooting for them all, but it's not an easy test, you know what I mean? It's a lot of press, a lot of, it's on the home ground, so there's a lot of pressure, but they've done it before. Most of them are European champs or silver medalists, so they've got the experience now, and I'm rooting for them, man. Hopefully they can bring some medals back. Ben, success on Saturday night. You're in Bournemouth, you're just down the road from the beach. What's the plan? What's your after party if you win? You know what, I've booked my flight to Barcelona, man, for the next day. I'm finishing my tattoo, so I'm going to batter this kid, go and get some food, jump on the plane, get my tattoo, come back and watch the finals of the Commonwealth Games. I've got it all planned out, man, so it's nice. Right, Ben, just a final one from yourself, and just a message to everyone ahead of your professional boxing debut on Saturday night. What would you like to say? You know who it is already, it's the surgeon. There's a surgery coming. 30th of July in Bournemouth, tune in on Sky Sports and Boxer. And I'm not just doing it for myself, I'm doing it for my city, man. So all get behind me. It's going to start something special. Right, Ben, as always, it's been a pleasure. I'll obviously see you in Bournemouth, and thank you for speaking to me and ID Boxing. Nice one. Check out IG Boxing.